Want to feel more confident in team meetings? Watch this. My name is Sara Geiger, Executive Speaking Consultant, and today we are uncovering some top tips for improving confidence in meetings and other professional situations. The ability to have confidence in yourself and what you're saying is priceless, especially at work. Today, I'll cover how strategic communication strategies can give you unwavering confidence in meetings. In my work as an executive communication consultant, I've met hundreds of people who feel downright stuck about how to present their ideas effectively around their team. And every week, I share executive communication coaching tips here and on my main platform. So make sure you subscribe if this is a topic you want more strategies for. Today, I'm going to spill the beans on a 3-stage plan to help you build up your skills so that you can achieve clear and direct communication in meetings. We're going to cover 3 stages, and let's get into stage 1. Stage 1 is all about assessing your speaking and how it stands currently in meetings. I want you to take stock of how you come across in meetings, because if you know what will torpedo you the most in meetings, you've already taken the first step to finding solutions for how to speak more confidently. There are 5 core questions you need to ask yourself about your speaking ability in meetings, and you can remember the core areas that these questions cover with the mnemonic purpose. Mnemonic. That's always a hard one to say, isn't it? Mnemonic purpose. Question number 1 comes down to your participation. The overall question, is my participation level appropriate in team meetings? I stands for ideas. Ask yourself whether you can present your insights, viewpoints, and ideas clearly and logically in meetings. Stands for relationships. I want you to ask yourself whether you can strengthen interpersonal relationships and rapport more effectively in your team meetings. P refers to presentation. Consider whether you present yourself confidently in the room with your body language, your voice tone, your delivery, while sharing your expertise and insights in the team meeting situations. I, influence. Here you want to ask whether you actually hold any sway or influence in team meetings. And finally, S stands for skills. Consider what skills do you need most to improve your communication in your coming meetings. So we're using this structure, purpose, P-I-R-P-I-S, to make sure we cover all the core areas to ensure confident and well thought out delivery for your next team meetings. Stage 2 is our next spot, which we will head into, and that's all about priming your delivery for a coming meeting. Let's look at how to do it. One of the most effective ways you can gain unwavering confidence in meetings is to prime yourself ready for the meeting room. Priming has helped hundreds of my clients worldwide with their shyness and presentation effectiveness in meetings, so stay tuned. When you prime yourself for a meeting, you'll enter the exchange with the feeling that you're better prepared, which tends to bring your speaking under control more effectively. So how do you prime yourself? Well, you can prime yourself with these 2 simple questions. Question number 1 is, who will be present in the meeting? Knowing who will be in the room for the meeting that's ahead will help you prime your involvement in a meeting. Certain team members can obviously impact how confidently we participate, share our ideas, feel connected, present, and hold influence. So take a moment to consider how the attendees who will be in that meeting may impact on your participation, ideas, relationships, presentation, influence, and communication skills during the meeting. For more ideas on preparing for who will be present in the room, check my blog post linked in the comments below. The second question to ask yourself to prime yourself for your coming meeting is, what are the objectives of the meeting? Consider what kind of meeting it will be. Is it a board meeting, an AGM, a KPI meeting, a cross-disciplinary project meeting, or a Friday stand-up meeting? Forecasting the objectives for the meeting can assist you in streamlining the best communication approach for the room. Consider how the objectives of the meeting are likely to affect your purpose, that being your participation, ideas, relationships, presentation, influence, and skills during the meeting. So let's go a bit deeper and look at how you can prime your purpose for the objectives of the meeting. Participation. If you consider your KPIs, you can determine the most appropriate participation level in the coming meeting. Is there anything you need to prepare to allow you to participate more appropriately? If so, map it out on a piece of paper prior. Ideas. Which insights do you have that align with the coming meeting's objectives? And how can you best showcase them? What questions could you prepare to ask in the meeting that will have a practical impact on the goals in the coming meeting? Relationships. You can ask yourself what relationships will be in the room that will make your involvement easier or more difficult. And is there anything you can do to create positive collaboration and rapport in the meeting? If so, put a plan in place. Presentation. Here you want to consider what delivery style works best for this type of meeting. And if you could, give 3 adjectives to the best delivery style that would suit the meeting. Consider things like, I want to come into that room with a calm, positive, inquiring tone, or maybe something like, I need to be assertive, warm, and receptive. This will help you know the exact tone to use once you arrive in the meeting. Let's look at how to prime your influence before entering a specific meeting. Here you want to consider, are there any areas you need to exert influence that would complement the meeting objectives, and map out your strategy. What communication skills could you showcase for the meeting that would benefit its outcomes? You could think of things like active listening, diplomatic gestures, advocacy for colleagues, or even persuasive message delivery. All right, now that we've primed our message, you'll head into the meeting with more sense of control and poise because you've considered all those core variables that you need to show up in. But we don't want to stop there. Let's move into stage 3, which is all about how to reflect. Balanced reflection is a strategic communication approach to building your confidence in meetings. When you're face-to-face in the meeting room, the pressure of speaking on the spot can skew how you feel about your communication abilities. A few moments of awkwardness, mumbling, or even difficulties finding the right words in time for a response and ordering your thoughts can make it seem like you did a lousy job in hindsight. However, once the meeting is over, what you can do is return to the Purpose Strategic Communication Framework and evaluate how you went across those core areas because chances are you've done better than you realize. Let's review purpose against reflection for a past meeting. Participation. You can ask yourself, how was your participation level in the meeting according to your rank and role? Ideas. Reflect on whether your insights, ideas, or viewpoints came across clearly in the meeting. Relationships. You can ask yourself, who did you build rapport with effectively in the meeting? And did any interpersonal risks arise? Presentation. Reflect on whether your voice and delivery worked effectively while sharing your ideas. Influence. How did you build your reputation and influence in the meeting? What worked? What needs improvement? And finally, reflect on the communication skills that you showcased. What skills did you aim to use tactfully? And were you successful? Were there any skills that you neglected or that you could improve to benefit your interaction style for future meetings? Jot them down so that you're mindful when you prime for your next meeting. When we feel less confident in meetings, we tend to focus on specific speaking behaviors like mumbling or feeling tongue-tied, anxious, and nervous. Still, it's more productive for our career communication to consider instead impact goals related to your participation, how you share your ideas, build relationships, present, hold influence, and showcase your communication skills. Did you identify any areas that need improvement ready for your next meeting? Let me know in the comments below. What tools could you use today, starting from today, for your next meeting to amplify your participation, idea sharing, relationship building, presentation, influence, and communication skills? Taking this strategic communication approach will build up your speaking confidence for future meetings. Confident speaking tends to break down when we don't have the tools to participate, share ideas, build relationships, use our voice correctly, and cut influence successfully. Start by setting concrete interpersonal communication goals to build your social connection skills and confidence when communicating at work. My high-performance communication audit helps you get started. You can commence the process quickly by purchasing and submitting your audit tasks via an ingenious virtual assessment, which you can find over on my website. Once that's done, you'll schedule a strategy feedback session with me to gain precise, science-based insights into practical areas of your communication that you can optimize. Enroll and get started today. I can't wait to work with you to strategize eloquent, poised, and confident professional speaking.